Hello everyone and welcome. This is a special episode of While the Maelstrom Churns, wrapping up everything that came out from the press tour about Miss Pandaria. If you're short on time, you can go to MMO-Champion, and they have a quick 5-minute wrap-up of everything they have. Good for someone in a rush. Although if you're not in a rush, stick around. The Monks class much-awaited talent tree was released. Surprisingly, there was only one talent that was not completed. All others were already in place. With things such as Ring of Peace, a sanctuary created around you in which any enemy inside cannot attack or cast spells in it, things are looking to be very interesting while playing a monk. They also released a list of all the baseline skills, or in other words, every non-spec related monk ability. A move called Grapple Weapon is a new type of disarm, and gives you a buff depending on the item you snag away. Other such skills include Meditation, a channeled move on a 2-minute cooldown. It will reduce all damage incoming by 99% and redirects any spells cast against your allies within 30 yards of you. It will be broken simply by a melee attack, but imagine what this could do on fights like Ultraxion. They also get a specific weapon-based move such as Sever, so depending on the weapon you use, you're getting a unique move. Brewmaster skills revealed how the tanking ways of a monk are, with their tank stance being Stance of the Drunken Ox, which reduces damage by 20% and increases the chance to stagger damage by 25%. Staggering damage is described as, you shrug off attacks, causing 50% of their damage to happen instantly, and the remaining 50% to happen 3 seconds later. Their Mastery Drunken Brawler will be to reduce damage taken by stagger, and increase the effect of their guard. Mistweaver will be the healing spec of the monks, and their healing is already different from other healing classes. Just by reading their tooltips, you can see that their spells are more drifting through the battlefield to heal your companions, rather than a direct healing type. Your energy bar that you would have as a tanker DPS will be replaced by a mana bar if you choose to heal, done by taking the stance of the Wise Serpent. They get a new type of battle res. It is similar to the way Death Knights could raise people as a ghoul. It is a temporary resurrection and does not count towards the battle res limit, although no word on how long this lasts has been given yet. Windwalker will be the DPS spec, and with the ability Flying Serpent Kick, you really will get a lot of airtime. It will have you soaring through the air at increased speed, and while you are traveling forward, if you use the ability again, you will land, doing damage and slowing targets within 8 yards of you. Jab has already been shown to be your filler spell, with muscle memory increasing your jab's critical strike chance by 1% every time used behind the target, and also your Mastery Combo Breaker will give jab a chance to give you a free-to-use Tiger Palm or Blackout Kick. To me, this looks like a spec that will stack Mastery and Haste the most. Also now they will have a single chi system compared to Dark and Light, along with their mana or energy bar. The Pandarian's racial mount was also announced. You will be able to ride a Cloud Serpent. Anyone can raise their own in about 20 days. You can pick specifically which color you want before you start raising it too, so that fits your tastes. There are going to be some general changes to some professions going on. Archaeology will be integrated into the Lore Walker faction. Cooking will get 4 different specializations, and if you learn all of them, you can get special achievements. And Inscription will have prime glyphs removed, while emphasis on some cosmetic minor glyphs will be added. Some of these new glyphs will include perks to your druid form, such as transforming into an orca for aquatic form, a paladin can grow larger using Avenging Wrath, or a mage can have Ice Lance hit an additional target for 50% damage. Not much was said about guilds, but they did say that there will be no weekly reputation or daily XP caps for them. Some achievements were shown, and they were all across the board, and the usual of what we usually expect to see of them by now. And yes, some of them will give you mounts. One achievement wants you to gaze upon all 10,000 waterfalls in Pandaria, and the quest achievements are going to be different as well, as it will want you to complete each storyline compared to the whole zone. In the Jade Forest zone that newscasts were allowed to look at, they saw that there really was a difference in the questing, grabbing 10 quests at the same time, and not all of them being interrelated. The Horde side intro to Pandaria lets you salvage a crashed airship, rescue survivors and put the dead to rest, and also with each NPC survivor you rescue, it gives you other quests that you can branch out into. Scenarios will be the new form of group quests in Miss Pandaria. You'll have to discover them to be able to do them, and there will be a system in place that allows you to queue for them as if you would in a dungeon or a raid. You will not need to have a tank or healer specifically for these, and right now they are planning to have about 5 of them to come out with the release, maybe even more. To move on to dungeons, Stormstout Brewery will be one that you're first introduced to, and you'll be able to fight alongside Chen Stormstout to retake his brew. The final boss will be a giant beer elemental, and the zone which encompasses the brewery will have it fleshed out and able to be quested in, sort of how Zul'Gurub was redone. Scala Mason SM will be revamped, and from what was shown, it will really be an epic revamp of them. There will be 3 raids for us at the start, and along with the 14 bosses inside them, there will be 2 world bosses as well. It was hinted that the world bosses might also drop unique mounts. Challenge modes will be introduced as a form of competitive PvE. Earning a bronze, silver, or gold medal will be how you're scored, and if you earn a silver or gold medal, you will get great rewards. Silver rewards will give transmog gear specifically made so that you can feel epic with your class. Some attacks or spells that you use will trigger special effects on your armor related to your class. Gold will give you a mount, and you cannot get it anywhere else, so work hard if you want it. To really put into words how Blizzard wants world PvP and the sense of war between the Alliance and Horde to feel, they made a statement about how world PvP objectives would raise your whole faction's conquest cap. 1 new arena will be launched with Mr. Pandaria, along with 2 new battlegrounds. One will want you to be capturing minecarts, while the other will be a team murder ball battleground, meaning holding onto the ball and gaining points, but take a lot of punishment. Those who were able to play the game for a bit were able to snag some cool info, such as the Shaman's last tier of talents, one of which really puts you in control of your elementals. Warlocks got some playtime too, in which they saw some fun minor glyphs, but also it was shown how Destro and Demonology Warlocks will feel. You will be able to build up your Fel Embers as your new resource in Destro, allowing for more damage, and your tune will literally catch fire, but the fire will also hurt you, and so you have to strike a balance between it. Hunters are finally getting their much-wanted Stampede ability. It will be placed as a level 87 ability for them, and will encompass all 5 of your pets in your stable, meaning what you have in there will actually matter and could vastly change how the spell looks to you. It was also worded in such a way that makes it seem as if all hunters will get it, compared to only Beast Mastery hunters, although we can see this being a bigger burst DPS cooldown for Beast Mastery hunters. Character creation is getting a big overhaul. Remember how you only had 5 choices? Well, now whenever you want to change one of your choices, an interface to show you all your options comes up, and you can choose which one you want, making it a lot more user-friendly. They will also give you a little video that shows you how your game might play if you play that class, which adds on to the little written description that's already given. Blizzard released a bestiary, which allows you to read up a bit on all the races, friendly and hostile, that will be wandering around the new continent. Pet battles were described more in depth for those interested. There was even a mock battle between Arthas and Illidan. Illidan came out the victor. The battles are fast-paced, and it will only count victories and not losses. Pets will still be able to be leveled up, and there will be many pets in the WoW to be found and tamed. Finally, Blizzard let us in on what they want us to know we can do when we aren't raiding, beating up the opposite faction, questing, pet battling, doing scenarios and challenges. Wait, when will we have time? Well, if you find time, get on over to this post, and it wraps up simply what can be done if you want to log on and do pretty much anything, filling a void in the game that was pretty much empty up until now. Now here is a wrap up of all the screenshots shown to us also. I'll let you enjoy them and some music, then I'll wrap up a few points at the end. just to wrap things up, this is just a compilation of news from other sources. It's all them that did this, and I thank them for being able to put this information out there and let me grab it up and put it all in one place for you guys. So enjoy, and if you like it, thumbs up.